Hello everyone and welcome to episode 27 of my Better Than Wolves playthrough. At least for the very start of this episode, I plan on doing some caving. I was extending the stairwell that I've carved in the middle of that house in my base and came across, well, we have this here, and then from last episode we saw another cave that was higher up in this system. Thinking of trying to get some more iron, because we definitely need more iron, and we also need to try to collect obsidian. It looks like we should be able to get obsidian from this area fairly easily. What I am concerned about, however, is safety. So I think I'm just going to carve a section out, and of course I didn't bring the bucket with that I had already, but I think I should be fine to simply wall this off and use this water that's already flowing. I think that'll do fine for the obsidian collection. And then we're just going to use the loose cobble piled up to prevent access from this direction, which is where I think we're most likely to get attacked from. And then I'm going to dig down here, not straight down, thanks very much. And we'll kill that zombie in a moment. I also want to grab this iron, since we are going to need more of it for the time that we don't have unlimited supplies of it. Oop, okay, yep, it is a good thing that I checked that. Except now, unfortunately, I just have to fill this in for safety reasons. I don't want to go falling into it. So I do want to get over there. Let the zombie die in the lava. And this is a bit risky. I want to get right over there, but I don't think I can do that without going around. So I might have walled this off for no reason. So, oh dear, where's that? Ah. If you could kindly leave me alone. Oh, that one was closer. Where was that from? I don't know where that other shot came from. This is relatively dangerous with such little armor I have. Oh great, where'd he go? Wonderful. I'm going to block this lava flow off. I don't think anything can quickly come at us from that direction. The biggest, some more redstone over there. That'll be useful in the far future, not the immediate future. Okay, well, it sounds like the skeleton is right there. And they're what, hopping in the lava? Well, the zombie did. Skeleton is still... There we go. Okay. So now, going to dig a little... Ah, it's just right there. Okay. That's fine. I realize mobs can still come from that other direction up there. But I think this is about as good as we're gonna get. So, just gonna shoot. Ah, fresh out of arrows. Okay, well. Might have been a mistake. We're just gonna go after this obsidian, and hopefully this will not end poorly. But I can bet nobody wants to watch me hit obsidian for a couple minutes, so I will come back once I have gathered enough obsidian, or I die, or something like that. And we're being attacked by a skeleton. This is not good. As predicted, mob came from above us. Came from up that way. So I have 13. I was hoping to get more than that. Enough to make 2 portals eventually. But I think we'll be okay for now, so I'm going to resume mining in the hopes that another skeleton doesn't come. So see you then. Alrighty. I obtained the 20 just in time to get attacked by another skeleton, so we are going to hightail it out of here with our goodies. And I'm going to take a torch. Set it maybe halfway through so we can make it through the gloom without getting too freaked out. Alright, so I don't plan on immediately making a portal. One, because I don't have a good plan of where to put one. And 2, I don't have good equipment. I would hope to at least have a full set of maybe wool armor at the least. We cooked up the gold that we found at the bottom of the shaft last time. Not quite sure what we're going to do with it quite yet, but, you know, we'll at the very least put it into these valuables chests. Of course, there are these ingots that we obtained on the extravaganza for pumpkins, which will come in a lot of use later in my adventures. For now, though, I believe I'm going to move on to another goal. I want to make this garden more safe, and I want to make the lake itself more safe. Because mobs still get in there no matter what. And it's just not a very safe area quite yet. But if I could, at the very least, fence things off, then we'd have a lot safer time. And of course, I came up out of the mineshaft when it was 1, raining, and 2, nighttime. So we're not quite in a useful spot as far as that goes. So I think it might be back to mining. Back to wanting to get iron. Which will be useful no matter what we do. I will need... Currently, I used that water bucket thinking I was going to use it on lava, and then I ended up not needing it. I suppose I could dump it out. The point of that being making a cauldron, and then being able to cook chocolate in it. But like I said in a previous episode, I kind of surpassed the need for chocolate having access to carrots already. So then, I think my focus needs to be some better pens for the animals, and expanding the farm, at the very least for carrots, so that I can be farming pigs a lot more easily. We definitely don't have a good farm for seeds quite yet. It doesn't look like any of that hemp has grown. But anyway, I'm going to head back into the mineshaft. And instead of going to that very bottom bit, I plan on going to the section that I set a door for. That'll be a little bit higher. It looked like there was only one way in or out, which to me means it's a little safer. Or 2 ways, rather. Being either direction of the tunnel. So there's that. There. And we're going to move this a little bit further, so that it's not near the wood. Yes, and I blocked off both ways. I'm going to go this way, since deeper should have some slightly better goodies as far as potential gold and whatnot goes. I'm very much liking how this is. Just still staying one way mostly. I'm going to block off this way so I don't have to worry about mobs coming at me. We'll go over here, and it looks like this is gonna... Whoa! That was a close one. That would have been dangerous. Looks like there's either iron or gold that way, but this is opening up into a bigger tunnel system, which I am not comfortable diving into quite yet. What I really want for these caving adventures are the permanent torches that we can only get from Netherrack. Until that point, it's just constantly worrying about the torches behind me running out. Brown mushrooms are useful though. We can make new food sources with those. I know, I have not quite properly secured this. But I think we're okay. I can hear splashing down below, which tells me there's water somewhere, which could get a little dangerous. Alright, so with that, I'm just going to mine for a little bit longer until I have an okay amount of iron, and then I will come back when I am done, or something exciting happens. Until that time. So I went the other direction that I had walled off from that little entryway, and it looks like we have encountered a ravine and a mineshaft. Uncertain if this is the mineshaft that I encountered many episodes back. I don't think so, because this ravine does look different, and it also doesn't really match where I've been mining. But this mineshaft could be pretty useful. Obviously, mineshafts are quite dangerous, and so I'm trying to exercise as much caution as possible while getting to it, at the very least. The concern from there will be actually exploring it. Might not be quite worth it. But eventually, this ravine is going to be a huge boon in resources. Because I see redstone down there, there was gold back there, there's iron and coal everywhere. As soon as I have the ability to light it up without worry, this will be great. And that's diamond right there. That is fantastic. I'm of the opinion that I don't need it right now, though it would be useful, especially if I end up overusing this diamond pick before I have a replenishable resource of iron or diamond. I should probably not be using it as much as I am. Same story with the iron axe. But I feel that in cases such as these, the speed is so much more helpful. But this is just a dead end, so not really quite worth it. We can safely mine the logs here without fear of getting attacked from multiple angles, which really is my biggest concern with the mine shafts. Though everything lighting up might be higher on that totem pole nowadays. list of concerns are just growing and growing. So we have a decent haul right now. Pretty big bonus getting those mushrooms. The diamonds will be dangerous to get to eventually. I think it'd probably be the diamond axe that I make next, since that can be so useful in chopping trees and splitting logs. Ah yes, there's a part of the mineshaft up that way. So this is no longer a concern. So I am actually going to block it off to tell myself that I don't need to go there. Oh, those diamonds are just so tempting to try to go get. I think I would have to have a dedicated journey for that though. There's iron right there that I really want to get. But this is just inviting catastrophe. Yeah, this is not safe. Not that any of this is really safe, but trying to do what I'm trying to do is super not safe. Case in point. Well, we'll just block that off and take that as a sign that I should return to home. So I will meet you back up there and get this iron cooking. Ta-ta! I don't know about you guys, but it looks like I'm starting to run out of inventory space. Should probably start considering some better storage options here pretty quick. But not quite sure where. I might. No, not might. I'm going to have to start thinking about making this more of a home instead of a cobbled together home area from these destroyed buildings. But before that, I want to get back to securing the lake, slowly but surely. So with that, I'm going to lay these fences and be back in a minute. Alrighty, so I've completed at least this section of the fence. I decided to square off the lake so that we could maximize the area that I have for expanding this farm. Eventually, obviously, skeletons will still be able to shoot me if I ever adventure in there at night, and the light levels are going to be diminished down to nil until I have some sort of more permanent light source. So that will be a downside slightly, but I think it'll be fine. That does make me consider going into the nether a lot more. Mostly because having netherrack as a permanent light source will just be insanely good. I won't be able to use it very much during mining, but out here it'd be quite useful. I do still need to finish off this section of the fencing. I ended it at the building there, which I think will be sufficient at the very least to keep mobs out of the water, which is really what I'm going for the most part. And once that happens, it'll be much safer to be working out in this area at night. Even as it stands right now, I feel it's relatively safe. Ooh, an extra seed. Wonderful. I also plan on filling in the lake so that it's only one deep everywhere, so that expanding this farm is a lot easier. Hence, I guess it doesn't matter if it's safer or not, just easier for the most part. So I'm going to continue cooking this iron, I'm going to continue expanding out this gardening area, and I will come back when I either complete those to satisfaction or something else strikes my fancy or is more interesting. Until then. Well, I was digging to get some smooth stone just on the side of my shaft here, and it looks like I came across the mine shaft that is down below. It seems to be extending below our base, so let's see, the stairs run that way. So there actually is a slight chance that that cave system hooks down and it's just over there. So I might be seeing the same ravine as before. Regardless, I'm going to seal that up so that it's not a danger. And I wanted to get one more smooth stone just so I had an even 10 for the thing that doesn't require 10. Because I am going to make myself a millstone. Not something I immediately need, since I don't think I have enough hemp to supply it to make a windmill, but it is the next level of tech progression that I need, and I'm sealing this off so that any mobs that might spawn in there don't have a chance of coming up into the base. With that, I'll just leave that torch there. It doesn't really matter. I did, however, apparently use up the day once again, and it's raining, so that kind of restricts what I'm gonna do. I was thinking of harvesting some more wood. I guess it is not too terribly rainy. How close to done are these? They have a little bit left. Oh, but while I'm recording, I might as well actually make the millstone to show our tech progression. So if I recall correctly, gears made like that, and then surround it, no, like this, with stone. Yeah, millstone. Ta-da! And we already have a hand crank, so generously provided to us by the jungle temple. And now the next stage is to get that hemp built up. Alternatively, I could make the portal to the nether and gather up netherrack. Either way, I am going to need the hemp fibers to make the windmill so that I can have non-man powered millstone. And I don't think there's any way around any of that, which unfortunately involves either a lot of waiting for that hemp to grow or use of iron resources. Oh, the jungle tree grew. Excellent. Use of iron resources to hoe up more grass to get as many seeds as possible. I think that's probably a good idea. I do believe... yeah, I do have enough to make 2 more iron ingots. We are going to run out of the iron pickaxe pretty soon, which means I'm just going to have to go iron mining again. Which is all well and good. It's just a matter of finding a cave system that doesn't want to kill me. But I'm going to use the little daylight I have to go hoe a bunch of the ground and hopefully get more seeds. And I will be back at a later time. Just wanted to have a quick gripe about RNG. I used up the rest of this hoe and only obtained 1 hemp seed. So that's fun and exciting. I'm just gonna make another hoe and do some more of that. Alright. And I'm back. I did a little extra hoeing, got a couple extra seeds, fed them to my chickens. And at this point, I don't think I can't resist trying to get to that mine shaft to fully explore it and fully exploit all of the potential goodies. Really, what I'm hoping for is some sort of mine cart or mine chest, which I can find pumpkin seeds in, because that is what would put me over the top right now, is having pumpkin seeds to feed my chickens, and, well, I already have carrots and wheat to feed to the pigs, and then I'll be set on a renewable food resource, and that would be what would put me to the next level, feeling comfortable investing energy into the millstone and all sorts of shenanigans like that. So what I really want to do is go after this mine shaft and get in there and get all of the goodies that will hopefully be around. I also want iron, so I'm hoping to be able to get a decent amount of that on the way. But I do realize that this is a fairly dangerous endeavor. It's very exposed here in this ravine, and it's not going to get much better in any way, shape, or form. Especially when zombies can just float up a freaking waterfall like that. That's always fun. I'm just going to mine this. Oh. Going to mine this out. That way they can't come at me. They will be able to still float up the waterfall, but that's another matter entirely. Oh, that's why I was pausing. I was pausing to grab my phone so I can set a timer so that I know when to head back to base to get my chickens. Because I fed them, and apparently it was too late for it to for them to spawn eggs this morning, specifically. But they should have delicious eggs for me the next morning, and I just want to be able to go get those without issue. Okay, so apparently there's a spider somewhere around here. And, whoops. And that spider really wants to get me. Oh, what am I doing? Ta-da! Ooh, that gives us cobweb? Oh, and cobweb gives string. Okay. Nice. Yeah, that makes sense. So I guess what I want to do is either go up to that mine shaft, or part of the mine shaft, or get over there somehow. So the easiest way, I think, at this point might be to build a path up, since getting back to this point would be relatively difficult. So with that, really I just gotta mine myself some stairs. And this is a bit of waste, in a way, of the diamond pickaxe, since I won't be able to get that durability back very easily or quickly. There's also the very large concern about fire in these mine shafts, since they will... Oh, hey! Jerk. Get out of here. You're not welcome. This is my area. Leave me alone! I just want the goodies that are in this mine shaft. It's probably too much to ask to have that without any hassle. Yep. Case in point. Okay, so to that end, let's block off that direction. And this might very well be a dead end. Yep, it is. But that's fine, because nope, it's not a dead end. I was lied to by myself. I am going to use the shears for that. I'm going to be liberal with my use of these torches, so that there isn't too much of a chance of stuff spawning behind me while I am exploring the area. And I'm gathering up these logs, one, because they're useful, and two, because if I don't, they will just light on fire, and I don't quite want everything to light on fire while I'm trying to explore it. Would that be a good source of light? Yes, absolutely. However, that is a waste of logs. And then it makes escaping quite dangerous, which I don't want, because I want to be able to live. That is a wall of lava. That's fun. That is a very dangerous, both of those. Oh my, well, definitely have to be careful in that little section there. Don't think I need to worry too much. Also, by chopping out these logs, I'm eliminating potential avenues of attack on the side, which is always good to do, I feel. Unfortunately, it looks like this is a little bit of a dead end. I'm going to verify that by mining a couple feet through the wall, since I can hear beasties, at least in the vicinity. And it's getting louder as I mine, but that doesn't mean anything necessarily. They're probably above me or something. So, I'm going to stop exploring this particular section. Just head back. I have some logs, which I think is fine. I'm going to... It looks like this way is not going to light on fire. So then the biggest concern is getting attacked by a skeleton. Or the other section lighting on fire. As long as we put it into the corner. Oh, jeepers. Well, that probably could have been avoided. Luckily, it didn't amount to too much damage. Oof, that creeper must have just been right up and in here while I walked past him. Just gonna do some incremental exploring now. Grab this iron while I can, since it's safe-ish. Chop this down, making it so that I can see almost everywhere around me, which should be the safest avenue. What's this? Okay, this is what was the beginnings of a stairwell down to that, and then it looks like the Ravine generation actually cut that off, which is kind of funny. I do realize that the stone pickaxe I'm using is a lot slower, and wish I had my shears out. Alright. Where did that guy come from? Ah, that's where. That's where the other one spawned from too, I bet. Alright, you little jerkwads. Oh, I did get both of their creeper oysters. Good news for me. Wow, I really looked out that, oh, good God. Oh, this is nerve-wracking. Thought I had this sealed off. But clearly I do not. Alright. That might do it. Whew, Nelly. Might be getting to that time that I should run back. I don't have the most full of inventories, but clearly my way back has not been secured very well, seeing as how these beasties keep coming at me. Light running out is also going to eventually be a concern, since the torches behind me are going to start fading at some point. Not quite sure when. Suppose it'd be soon here. It has been 8 minutes since I set my timer. I'm gonna put the shovel away since that's not usually something I need quickly. Block that. Dead torch. Wonder if that's from me or if that just spawned that way and then burned out. I don't know if Flower Child changed what spawns in the world as far as torches go. It would make sense and yet kind of suck. Now this is blocked off with gravel. That almost makes me think that I was around here, which is possible. I could be in an area that I've explored before, back when I was trying to get into the ravine, but I don't quite think so. Not quite sure. Okay, it's been 9.5 minutes. I should probably head up top around, say, the 12-minute mark, because that'll put me at maybe halfway through the night, and then I can just wait out for the chickens to lay those eggs. Alternatively, in the near future, I could consider... Oh, I guess that might be another reason to head back. Oh no, I'll be fine. Should probably block this off. Okay, I can just make another one of these bad boys. Gosh, how bad would it be if that zombie somehow found a way around and just shoved his face into me. I can talk. No, I can't. Who am I kidding? Is this an intersection? Yes, it is. Okay. So those are a wee bit dangerous, to say in the least. You know what I would like? More hotbar space. Don't know how that would be accomplished, or if it's even possible, but it would be grand. Okay. That's interesting. That means I've definitely been here before. Oof. So glad I have my headphones and sound on. Otherwise, I would have been murdered by that. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I was saying, this being right here tells me I've been in this area before. Because I'm quite certain I did not just lay that down. Being here in the past is good, I suppose. But that doesn't mean I have a way of exploiting that. Alright, well, that's the 12-minute mark. So, I think with that, I'm gonna do a little more, just a tiny bit of poking around. Gather up some of this wood, since that's fairly useful. It would have been nice to have found a little more coal, but I guess that was not meant to be. Yeah, so these torches must somehow just burn out without lighting the wood next to them on fire, which is pretty interesting. Okay, so I'm going to backtrack, keeping this torch in my inventory. I don't believe I'm going to bother with any of the other torches. And we're just going to head back. Should be fairly safe since it's been less than 10 minutes. Or about 10 minutes since I lit all of them, and they should last 20 if I recall correctly. But that's irrelevant because we are going back up top. Whoops. Oh, and it's definitely dark out. So still nighttime, so that's good news for the most part. It is quite dark though. I am uncertain what sort of night it is. It is a super duper dark night. I'm going to head back down and grab an actual torch. And I'm just gonna slowly make my way back up top. So I will see you once I am safe and sound. Oakley dokley, made it back. My 2 chickens have laid eggs, which is fantastic. With that, we're gonna cook up those fried eggs in an oven when it frees up. And I've started the iron ore cooking. And from here, this will be the end of the episode. It's been fun. We made a millstone. We expanded the hemp farm a little bit. We expanded some safety. And started some more mineshaft diving. In the next episode, I believe I'm going to try to film enough where... Oh, great. Those guys spawned right in the hemp farm. That's just grand. And holy rain. It rains so frequently. Anywho, I'm going to try to, in the next episode, get to a point where we can use the millstone and hopefully jump from a millstone to a windmill and potentially make a journey into the nether for netherrack. Just for netherrack. Nothing else. We'll see how that goes. It might be the next episode. We'll find out. Depends on how much happens with more mining and whatnot. Either way, I will see you then. Thanks for watching.